Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anne of Reinforce Me Club. Today, we are going to talk about the secret to self control. Self control is a cool skill that help us make smart choices and resist temptations. It's like having a superpower that let us stop ourselves from doing something that we might regret later. You know the feeling when you want to play an online game for the entire day, but you have a homework to do. Self control helps you focus on what is important. So you might want to stop playing in the meantime and do your homework. Otherwise, you might gonna get something from your parents, which is not good, or you might gonna fail in that subject because that's an important homework for you to do. Self control is absolutely limited and it can be weak at times. It is like a muscle that if you keep using it, it becomes fatigue. And there are factors which influence the so called self regulation or self control. The first one is stress, fatigue, hunger, and your mood, which somehow, some way could deplete self control resources. You know the feeling when you don't really want to talk back to your parents, but you did because you had a bad day in school or you were really angry about what happened. Then you talk back. Or in some other instances wherein you decided to lose weight and eat healthy, but your friend surprised you. She brought you to a buffet restaurant, and then you forget about your diet and losing weight goal because as you can see, the foods are all delicious. Why say no? Other than that, our prefrontal cortex regulates our the so-called self-control. And there are other things that your brain that our brain do. Like it also controls sleep, rest, diet, and exercise. But there are times when we don't have much sleep, when we eat unhealthy foods, when we don't when we're not into working out. So what's going to happen to self-control? It can be loose at times, or it could be most of the time you've no self-control. Some people are quite impulsive. They just eat, they just grab things, they don't care. And lastly, environmental wise, when you have a goal in life, like you want to live healthy because you are already 30 years old, or you think that you want to be healthy in your 20s, you decided to go for a healthy diet, go into the gym kind of lifestyle, hydrate yourself every day. But then your environment doesn't favor you to do that. You are surrounded with temptations, distractions, and triggers. You are surrounded with chocolates and cakes at home. And in the office, after work, you hang out with your colleagues, with your friends for drinks. Then what's going to happen to your goal? You are surrounded with temptations. And gosh, it feels good. Here is the number one secret. The number one secret to self control is supportive environment, less exposure. Less exposure means you have to live in an environment which supports your goals and aspirations in life, your long term goals. Your environment must support the kind of person you want to become. So just like my personal experience, I want to be the kind of person who weighs 50 to 51 kilos, which I achieve majority of the year. Because in Christmas time, I go beyond that. Christmas time and January and in birthdays, I'm not consistent about it, but majority of the months I am between 50 to 51 kilos. I do exercise, I work out 3 to 4 times a week. And to be honest, right now, I really want to eat ice cream. But I don't have ice cream in the fridge. Although I can walk down to the shop, it's just around the neighborhood. It's quite, it's already a lot of effort for me to go down there and buy the ice cream, thinking that I've already eat a small pack of crisp early morning, and then I'm gonna eat ice cream. That's already, it's already a kind of feeling that compromise my goal. And I feel lazy to go to the shop. Yeah, I think that's the truth. I feel lazy to go to the shop to buy ice cream. But here's the catch. If I have ice cream in the fridge right now or just anywhere near me, I would be happy to grab it and eat because that's easy. And since I know that I love ice cream and chocolates, some chocolates, I don't I don't make them available at home. That's I created a supportive environment. But yes, I still do have ice cream. It could be once every 2 months. I've I rarely have chocolates because I'm not into chocolates. Yes, Doritos. I have Doritos every week, but I bring a big pack of Doritos in the office so I could share the calories because I'm still a Doritos girl. I wouldn't deny that. It's just that I need to share the calories. I don't want to eat all of that. I don't want to be alone with Doritos. So that's supportive environment. You have to live in an environment in which you use less self-control or no self-control at all. Because everything gets easy when the things that you want to do becomes easy when you have no temptations or triggers around you. Like if you want to work out, you have to make your workout attire available, ready to use, just right there, visible to you, as well as your shoes. You just have to put it in the bag and go to the gym. Jump in your car, go to the gym, or just walk to the gym. Bring your sports attire. That is to remind you that you have to work out in your day off. Even going out with your friends for drinks. You might want to consider not hanging out with them all the time. You could hang out with them, it could be once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks. If you are seriously into losing weight, keeping yourself healthy. Another secret to self control is self care. You have to have a good sleep, rest, proper exercise, and of course, we can have a good uh, stress management technique for yourself. It could be simple deep breathing. You don't necessarily need to go to the gym to manage stress. You can soothe yourself, hug yourself, or give yourself a space away from the triggers, and you can just deep breathe and talk to yourself. Be your own best friend, good best friend. Soothe yourself. Or you can meditate if you want to. You can even speak to your therapist if that suits you. Engaging in regular exercise and getting enough sleep, plus practicing mindfulness, such as meditation, can help you improve your self control. Another thing that can help you boost your self control is plan and preparedness. Habits can be cut off, can be replaced with another one, but it will never gonna be forgotten. I have a friend who is alcoholic before, and he did his best to stop drinking. And yes, he was able to take the drug, which the sulfiram, which makes him stay away from alcohol. But whenever he feel the urge to grab a drink, I know it's crazy, but he sings any religious songs. Yes, as far as I can remember, he became quite religious when he he wanted to stop, being alcoholic. He was even successful about it. I'm not sure if he's seeing this video right now, but yeah, so by the time he decided to stop drinking, he did his best to do balanced diet and he exercised in the park every morning. He jog and he stopped drinking. It was hard for him. It's either he sings a religious song or he prays whenever he feel the urge to drink. And the good thing about it is that he was successful. But he still feel the urge. He just, as much as possible, stay away from any events that could make him remember about drinking. And the plan is when he feel like drinking, he just sing religious song. I know that's crazy. And if you like to For example, if you are into Netflix binging, and you also want to do a healthy workout, you can mix this two habits. You can exercise on the treadmill or do any exercise while watching your favorite movies in Netflix. That is what we call temptation bundling. So temptation bundling means pairing pleasurable indulgence with behavior that gives you a delayed rewards. Or if you can also, for example, if you like listening to the podcast, you can do anything while listening to the podcast, cooking, doing household chores while listening to the podcast. You can also listen to podcasts while working out. That is temptation bundling. And of course, you cannot. It's hard to match. Holding your phone. Your habit is browsing on your phone for the entire day. It's really hard to match that with the healthy habits. You have to stay away from your phone. So just like I couldn't do anything useful when my phone is around me, when my phone is in my hands. I just throw it in the other room, and I don't want to see it as much as possible so that I can be productive in a day. So I use a supportive environment in terms of phone. That's for me. You could also use that. And lastly, to really enhance your self-control, you might consider asking for social support. You could you could ask help to evaluate you, to have an accountability partner, partnership with your fitness coach, or it could be your mom, your spouse, your best friend, or it could be your life coach, anybody who wants to see you grow, anyone who'd be happy to see you changing for the better. So make sure that you choose these people wisely. Someone who encourages you to really continue and never give up on yourself if you miss doing the habits. Just encourage you to really continue and never stop. Otherwise, self-control is like a secret weapon we all have. By practicing it, we become better at it in making decisions, striking our goals, and handling tricky situations. So self-awareness is also important in boosting your self-control. It's not going to be easy all the time, but with a little practice, enhancement, awareness, we become self-control superheroes. Anyway, we all have the same struggles. You're not alone, but the thing is, there's just four words: never ever give up. By the way, this is Anne once again of Reinforce Me Club. You can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Reinforce Me Club. Thank you so much for your time. If you also love this content, you can share it to your family and friends and click the notification button. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you very much.